Man, we're live. We're live. You're gonna put out the
Yeah, I'm gonna put the link up.
notification. We are live again on Madden 18 SML season. What a season are we in? Like the
Man, you asking hard
11th?
questions. I might have to look it up because I don't really know.
Yeah, we're the longest running. We gotta put some numbers around that. We can do a sound check. Make sure they hear us out there. Let's see. It's blowing up for trades. Let's
All right, I'm still typing this link. Let's see, Twitch. What you think of this soundtrack, man? You like it?
You know what? I said when I first got it, I was like, "Oh, that's not bad." Then I said, "Oh man, that's not bad either." I'm like, "Oh, that was not bad." Then I heard Snoop. I was like, "Oh man, they got some good stuff on there, man. I like it actually." I wish we could add our own. Like, I forget which Madden you could add your own music. You remember that?
Yeah, man, I remember that. Those were the days.
Yeah, you could put your own soundtrack on.
Hold on, let me adjust one thing. Yeah, we're up. I got to. I want to change my thing so I can see the comments right quick.
Oh yeah, cats be typing in while we're talking.
Yeah, man. There you go. There you go. Oh, it's gotta be Skinny Pip Show is the first dude in here sending me comments.
Can they hear us? Testing one,
Oh
two,
man, hold
three.
on, I'm not ready yet. Sorry, it's the first show, guys. I'm sorry. I have I'm not used to this. It's brand new to me.
If I run this prompt to get rid of the caches on Windows because they won't open the Windows Store and there's some shit going on with my computer,
Close that.
does that
Why are
get
you
rid
running
of it?
prompt?
Because it told me to.
Don't do that. Don't ever do that. There's no reason you should have to run a prompt or anything.
Okay, well, it tells me I need to clear the caches out of the store in order because Windows won't, like, the Windows Store won't open
I'll
at
help you
all.
in a minute. I'm about to do this show if you don't mind.
Oh, I don't need that.
Yeah. All right. We're good. We're good. We're good.
We're good?
Yeah. My executive producer came in here. She had to.
Yeah, we saw that. We heard
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, can they hear us all right, well
Yeah.
out
They said
there?
we're good, man. They said we're good.
All right, all right. I think, well, first of all, welcome to the kickoff of Madden 18, the SML. I think I don't know, we've got to be at 12 seasons. We
You know,
got to
I'm
look
gonna
this up.
confirm that number while you do our intro. But go ahead.
Yeah, I want to first welcome everybody back. We've got a jam-packed agenda for today's show. We are going to talk about some of the new features in Madden 18, give you our take on where we hope the league, I'm sorry, the EA goes with these new features. We want to talk a little bit about that. Going to do a division preview, break down each division, talk about who we think will be some of the pretenders and contenders. Then we're going to talk about the very much debated trades. There's been a lot of activity that haven't even been voted on or let alone approved or disapproved. So
So
going to get there. And then,
this will be season 39.
oh, season 39, which probably equates to about maybe four per season.
Yeah, it's
Or
right around 4 or 5. I mean, the first uh, thing was Madden 10. So we're
Madden
talking about
10, right?
one, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Maddens now. This will be the ninth Madden.
Awesome, man. Listen, I want to give you a big shout because this is the longest running league and without any pay that you do this for. So I don't know where we're going in the future, but you continue to do a great job. So I know it's about to hit the fan when you start denying trades and all this. We want to say
Yeah.
thanks for all that you do.
Well, no problem, man. Yeah, I'm trying to put off looking at trades for as long as possible. I'm trying to extend this little Commissioner Madden vacation a little bit longer, but Next week,
Yeah,
man. Next week is gonna be money time.
yeah. And actually, before we start, can you give us the timetable that you're working on in terms of, when will we start, final cuts? Is there an understanding or a feel for where you're going with that, Commissioner?
Yeah, well, basically, what we're gonna do is we will start as soon as they drop the final roster. So the instead of like usually before this year, teams would have to cut down a little bit each week, but the NFL changed the rules so that teams cut down from 90 to 53 on September 3rd. So pretty much all the cuts will happen. I mean, there've been some small cuts here and there, but most of the cuts will happen at one time. And then I don't know what EA's schedule is, but they're apparently supposed to be updating rosters faster this year. So
Yeah.
maybe, Tuesday, Wednesday of next week, we will be ready to roll. I'll create it, and then people can jump in, and then we will begin the free agency draft, which will probably take a day or two, and we'll stay in the preseason during that. And then we'll roll. So I expect by next weekend we should be playing some games.
Yeah, very exciting. Very exciting to get the schedule. So, Commissioner, I wanted to talk about, I mean, you've been playing Madden for quite a while. We've got a new Madden 18, a lot of excitement around the Frostbite engine and this new long shot, which I don't hear anybody talking about, at least in my neighborhood. What is your feel about just this new engine? Is it noticeable to you? I know look and feel kind of I'm sorry, look seems the same, but does the feel seem different in the Frostbite engine?
The feel is a little bit different. I mean, what I keep saying over and over again, it's kind of like what Renegade says when Renegade is like, "I love the grass. The grass looks so good."
Yeah.
But no,
That's
I
right.
mean,
That's
I have
right.
the lighting. The lighting is a lot better. That's like the biggest thing that I've noticed. I mean, the game looks good. Um,
Hmm.
it plays somewhat different.
Hmm.
The animations are somewhat different. I've seen a little bit more variation in animations, but largely, man, I don't know. Like, I feel like I have a little bit more control in the running game, but I do not feel like I have as much control on defense. So dudes are a
Yeah.
little
Yeah.
slippery out there.
Yeah. Let's talk about some of the new features. They improved man-to-man defense last year. I don't recall many people playing man at all, and now this year the word on the street is man is playing better, but zones not so much. I mean, has that been your opinion thus far?
Yeah, man's pretty solid. I mean, sometimes I feel better playing man than I do playing zone. Zone, sometimes I just feel like there are just porous holes everywhere. Like, just
Yeah. Yeah.
so. I mean, you can mix it up a bit.
Yeah.
But I end up calling man more than I call zone now. But it's early, man.
Yeah.
Maybe about two or
Yeah.
3 weeks into the season, there'll probably be some
Yeah.
stuff that'll say, "Hey, you can't play man either." So I'm hoping they patch zone, so we'll have something. We'll have something to run out here.
Yeah, because it's going to be ugly if we can't do that. That's been my take. There was a lot of conversation on I'm calling anything the media that we don't want to put anybody's name to, but there was a lot of media discussion about competitive versus sim versus arcade. I mean, what's your take on all that? I mean, I know you've been
Well,
reading the papers on this.
yeah, we're playing sim, man. I mean, I play
Yeah,
competitive. I like it. I like the idea of competitive. The biggest issue with competitive that I've seen is, well, number one, you can't turn injuries on, but I think they're supposed to patch that. But the quarterback play is a big difference. Like, I mean, I've played games on competitive where dudes are out here going 15 for 17, and we're talking about dudes that are like low 80s accuracy. So, I mean, that kind of makes it for CFM where like if you have a really good quarterback, like if you built a dude or you draft a dude, that make a
yeah,
difference. Like 50% of these dudes are exactly the same, can make all the throws. So that's a
that's
big deal.
ridiculous.
And then there are penalties in competitive, but there's not as many penalties. Like there's so many penalties in sim to the point where I think we need to probably turn the slider down. But I
Yeah,
think some penalties are important
yes,
because
they are.
they have these aggressive controls now, and one of the downsides to running like the aggressive rush or I can't even remember what the other ones are, but some of the downsides to running like aggressive rush is that you get more offside penalties. Aggressive
Yeah,
defense is more pass interference, so that's part of the game that I think there needs to be some penalty to running those things. So we'll
Yeah,
see, man. But yeah, we're definitely gonna do Sim just because if just because of that quarterback differentiator. But I mean, competitive has its place too. I can understand why if you're playing for money, you don't want no damn penalty deciding if you win the tournament or whatever.
no, we've been looking at the real world statistics, and that's why we pick the teams. Otherwise, we just would arbitrarily just have players, and I think fatigue and stamina play a bigger role in simulation,
Yeah, yeah.
as well as like you talked about the rate. I want the ratings to matter. If I got an elite player, I want him to play elite. If he's a bum, that's right, he's a bum. But
Well,
yeah,
so what are you feeling about the game, man? You know, you've been playing in the
well,
dark lately. Nobody sees you online.
yeah.
I looked and said you ain't been online in a month, and we know that's a damn lie. So give us some thoughts.
Yeah, yeah, we turned off our online feature just so we can get uninterrupted practice time, where it's usually a lot of activity on the boards that we're trying to keep up with. But what I do like is some of the new features that we've yet to undress, like the shading on man to man. I noticed that it seems to be reversed. Like when you want to shade inside, you would think you would pick outside, but it's actually the reverse. You pick shade inside, and so I did notice that. I am in love with the running game. I think it feels smoother when you're running. You run up a guy's back now, it doesn't get absorbed, and he just falls down. They kind of got a little bit more better physics on that. I am enjoying that,
Yeah,
and
a big thing. Have you noticed? Have you noticed? This is one thing I've noticed that I kind of commend them for. Well, a couple things. Two things I've noticed that I commend them for is one, I feel like suction is completely gone out of the game. Like when you're running on the
yeah,
other game, when you hit stick, it was like the dude they just brought you two together and the dude knocked you out. You hit
yeah,
stick on this game, you can whiff. And
yeah,
then the other
yeah,
thing is I think they did a really good job like adding a disincentive for you to run stuff like diamond quarters. I don't know if you've noticed because if you're in something like quarters or dollar and somebody's like in a base
yeah,
formation, two wide receivers, one tight end, one fullback, your dudes on the line
yeah,
get pancaked like almost
yeah.
immediately.
That's
So I'm glad they did that.
Yeah, anything that adds thinking to the game, you can't sit in quarters all game. That's ridiculous. So I do like that. What I am trying to get better at, and I'm awful at it, is the target passing game, and that has definitely been a challenge. I know it has some uh, I have some practice that I need to do with that.
Yeah, I have played with it a good amount. But my line is
Hmm.
not very good, so I haven't really brought out in the game. But I mean, the way I find it to be the best is like if you're doing someone's playing like cover three against you or something like that, and you don't want to lead your dude into the actual safety. I'll run through some
Hmm.
practice just to show it, but it comes in handy there. But I haven't had enough refs to actually go out there and pull it out in the game yet, because I feel like every time I pull it up in a game, my dude's getting his head busted open.
Yeah, yeah, I've experienced the same. I don't know where the icon is. They got similar colors. It's pink, and then it's white on this. So I said, you know what? We're gonna come back to that. We're not gonna lose track of that.
Skinny
I'm gonna
Pimp Show
monitor that
says
one
target passing is there so you can feel like you're not playing Madden 17.
closely. Hey, listen, we hope you guys put some comments in on the chat. We'd like to hear from you. This is our kickoff event. We're gonna try. I told I told you, Commissioner, I'm looking to try to get one of these EA dev guys to come on our show. So it's important that we, get their feedback. And I want to try to get this Anthony White guy. He's a good interview. I've seen him join a bunch of other channels, and I think he would be good for us to bounce some questions off. So I'm going to work on that as the game, uh, as we approach the, first month of the season.
Good deal, man. We always like guests. We'll have to have our good buddies like Tim Man back on, shit like that.
Yeah, yeah, he is one
And
of our
maybe
best.
we can get Booker to interrupt us one of these days.
Booker, I
Oh, that
haven't
was
seen him
pick.
on the chat.
Yeah, I haven't seen
Yeah.
Booker at all. I don't
Mhm.
know where the book is. I hope everything's good with him.
All right. All right. So listen, let's get into the league. We had a draft that would took about, I don't know, a week. And then we finally got divisions picked out. And I'd like to go division by division, get your take on, who's going to be a pretender and some of the contenders in each division. We could start off in the AFC East. Uh, the New England Patriots over there with Squirrel Bird. We got Smiles with the Bills. We've got Killing You
Let's
now
talk
with the
about
Dolphins.
Smiles.
Yeah. You want to start there?
Smiles is Smiles, man. I feel bad for that dude because he got this team thinking I'm gonna get Sammy Watkins, Ronald Darby, a nice young corner to build, and them
Yeah.
dudes dumped all those bugs off.
Yeah, they did, and we got a quote from him on Coach Speak. I want to reference. And for those of you who are new to that, Coach Speak is where we've kind of asked everybody to put in their takes on the training camp and how well they feel their guys are progressing. Who should we look out for? And Smiles is, he said with the trading of Tyrod Taylor, the Bills are going with a nasty. He put nasty in caps. Nate Perryman at quarterback, and he said the rookie is ready. So that Coach Mile has given him the keys to run the show in the SML, and that we need to watch out. Is that a pretender or a contender? What do you think?
Man, look, Smiles has a history the last couple Maddens of turning some teams that weren't so tight into good teams.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see how he wins games this first season.
Oh,
I will be impressed. I will be impressed because he has no quarterback. He has a
mhm.
bunch of young receivers.
Yeah.
He has I don't know who he has at cornerback. Why don't we look?
Well, Nate, let's go with Nate Perryman. If he's the starter, he's 91 throw power. That is, he can do something there. But what I'm seeing is
Short, medium, deep.
73
That is
deep,
not.
76 medium, and 83 short. Got a little speed, and his throw accuracy, I got him at 76.
Yeah, he. I have problems. I have problems throwing the ball on the money on Sim with Bridgewater, and he's got mid 80s, short and mid. So I don't. I, he can build him up, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I
I mean,
wish him the best.
you're saying pretender. That's kind of what I hear you saying. I don't want to put the words in your mouth, but I'm
I don't.
hearing.
I don't think he expect. I don't think he expects to be like really good the first season with this team. Anquan Bolden retired too. Not that he really matters. But they got Jordan
Uh,
Matthews, Billy Brown. Oh, they got. I mean, they got. This team is average, man. But he's got some.
uh,
It's gonna be. I don't think he's gonna do very well the first season. That division is not the easiest division. You got Squirrel
mm,
Bird with the Patriots, the
the
world
Super Bowl
champion
Patriots.
Patriots.
Yeah, that's the Super Bowl Patriots. And what are they, a 99 in this game? They're about 99, right?
Yeah, you got Killen with the Dolphins.
Yeah, and we got Ginger with the Jets, Jets.
I fully expect by the mid of this season that he will be up in the thick of things, but I just don't see it this first season.
Shady, he still got Shady at running back, right?
Man, Shady's dumb. But yeah, he
Oh,
does have
Shady's
Shady.
done.
No, no. I said he's dumb. He's not done. He's pretty good on the
Oh,
game. Yeah,
okay,
I was just thinking about what he
okay,
said about what he said about Kaepernick.
okay. Okay. All right. Let's swing it over to the Patriots. Is this Squirrel Bird's division? Let's just say it straight up. Is it all his and everybody else is just lucky to be there?
I would be surprised if he didn't win the division just off the fact that his team is great. And that, like I said, that quarterback disparity on Sim it's gonna take
Yeah.
some adjusting for people, man. I've only played Squirrel twice this Madden, but the Patriots defense is good, man. If you don't have a line, you're gonna have
Yeah.
problems. You're gonna have problems moving the ball,
Yeah.
running the ball against them.
Yeah, they ended up getting David Harris on real life to shore up the middle with Hightower in the middle. I mean, Brandon Cooks with a 96 speed, and we're going to talk about wide
Look,
receiver
Malcolm
speed.
Butler is like the best cornerback on the
Yeah,
game. Did you know that?
yeah,
Malcolm
I
Butler.
know it.
Did you know
I
Malcolm Butler was
know.
the best quarterback in the league?
I brought him up in practice mode to work on man-to-man defense, and that's exactly who I brought up, Malcolm Butler.
Pedro, did you
Yeah,
know
like
that Malcolm Butler was the best cornerback in the league? Did you know that?
Oh my goodness. And Gronk, he's got Gronk still there with a, 98 overall. Nate, he's got a great offensive line. I mean, where's the weakness?
Yeah. I mean, they're not like dominant in the front seven.
Mhm.
I mean, their dudes are like 70s. I think they get Flowers at 84.
But
Their
Monk, I
defensive
mean,
tackles. I mean, they're all right though.
is this where Squirrel takes this team to the Super Bowl? I mean, I don't know if Squirrel's been in a Super Bowl, but this is if there's an opportunity, wouldn't this be that team that this year, this Madden for Squirrel?
I think you might be going a bit too far.
Oh, I'm going too far. I went too far. So you are saying pretender, pretender.
There's a lot of good players in the AFC, man. He's got the
Yeah,
best team though.
yeah. Oh, pretender. All right, so let's swing it over to Killing You, who was a late entry due to a just we lost Loco. We don't know why. We don't know if we want to publicize that, but we lost Loco. And now Killing You, who's doing a sort of like a remodeling of the Dolphins. Pretender or contender with the Dolphins and Killing You.
I mean, he was solid last year. He. If I had to pick someone in that division to start, I would say it's either going to be him or Squirrel to start for the first season. I mean, he was some way,
Yeah,
somehow, regardless of what division Killing
yeah,
is in, he finds a way to be in the middle of the race. So
yeah, it does. He does, and he's got some pieces there. Dominican Sue, and I know he traded Cameron Wake, I believe, to
yeah, he
Green
traded
Bay.
uh he traded Kenny Stills too, but they've got receivers. Tannehill's not bad. And then I don't know if he plans to play Cutler, but I mean they've got their defense is solid. I think he traded a Jai or tried to trade a Jai. Maybe he still has him, but the
Yeah.
Dolphins aren't bad, man. They're not a bad team. I think he'll be all right.
Mm, Jay Cutler, Tannehill, so he's got some pieces there. You're right. I'm agree with you. Killing You finds a way. He ends up 10-6 and right in the middle of things because he was in a tough NFC West last season, and he was right there with Super Bowl champion Lions. And last but not least, we got Ginger Maggie or Ginger Maggie, however you pronounce it. We got Ginger as the Jets, and he said he wanted the Jets, which which is even more bizarre.
Ginger
But
had a high free agent pick. Remember, he traded all the.
yes,
Wait a minute.
he,
Wait a minute.
yes,
You would know. You would know
yes,
because
he
he
did.
traded. He traded back with you.
Yeah, he all dramatically traded with me in what some are calling. I'll let the media fill in the blank, but he did move back. I believe he is a Jets fan, and he said he likes building teams from scratch. This is his thing. So who am I to, keep him from his thing, right? Yeah,
The Jets are bad. You know what? You know what's funny though?
yeah,
It seems like I saw
yeah,
something recently that said that the Jets, even though they're bad, have
yeah.
like the highest average speed on the game for their players.
If anybody's paying attention, and this is kind of the point of this, looking at the numbers, the Jet defense ain't no joke.
The Jets signed Ladarius Green. Apparently they
Don't
did. He's on their
know.
roster. Maybe no. Wait, I take that back. Maybe. I bet you what happened is I'm in a franchise right now, and they probably picked him up out of free agency.
Ah, okay, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'm not so sure about that. Yeah, offensively, a lot of challenges,
I mean, they have some young
but
players on offense. They don't have a quarterback, but they got Robbie Anderson's 94 speed. Anua has 91 speed for some reason that I don't understand. They got Safarian Jenkins at tight end, and they got another looks like a rookie with 84 speed. They got some young players, man, on offense. They just, I mean, they're not actually. I'm looking at this team now, and it may not be. Well,
Listen,
Muhammad Wilkerson is a 79 now.
he is a
Whoa.
79 with a 94 strength, but he did drop. He did drop, yes.
Whoa.
Leonard
Alrighty
Williams,
now.
though, they still got those lines. Got good. Coney Elam just came over. Demario Davis.
Yeah, they're bad. I'm not
Yeah.
looking for Virginia to do anything right now. I mean, he'll win
Yeah,
7 games 1 year, but that's about all we're gonna get. We can move on.
All right. All right, let's take it over. Let's go. I don't want to go full AFC. Let's go AFC, NFC. Let's go over to the NFC East with the Dallas Cowboys, New York Giants, Eagles, and the Redskins.
I feel bad for this division, man. I feel bad
Why
for this
is that?
division because I talked to King, man. King's played 80 games, 80 Monk games, and he's in the division with Monk and Stay Ready and who is the Redskins? Stroomy, who's a new owner with the Redskins.
Yeah.
I mean, Stay Ready probably is going to mount the biggest challenge, but it's going to be rough for that division.
Yeah. So, are you just saying on sheer volume and talent that the Eagles are just going to run through that division? Because I think Dallas feels differently about that.
Look, I hope we get. I've been saying this for 2 years. I hope we get the old Stay Ready back.
Yeah.
But I don't know. But I mean, King's gonna play the game. I mean, everybody knows King's a good player. I'm glad to have him back. And
he's
he
playing
is
now,
going
probably.
to. That dude is gonna play more than anybody else. He's gonna know the game
Yeah.
inside and out. So that's a tough division, man. I don't. It's gonna be rough, man. It's gonna be rough for that division.
All right. So he's definitely a contender. We're going to give the Eagles contender.
Yeah.
That
That
agreement.
he. I would be surprised if he didn't win that division every year.
All right. And the Cowboys, I don't know if you have them in the second slot based on that. I mean,
Yeah, I don't know anything about Shroomy as a player. I think that's Peter Truce boy. He told me yeah, he's just getting into the franchise thing, so we know how that goes.
yeah.
And then Book. So,
Booker.
yeah.
Yeah.
Next division.
All right. Wait. All right. Let's swing it over back to the AFC North, where actually that's my division. I think.
Yes,
The
Brown.
Cleveland
That is
Browns.
one of my favorite divisions.
This is a fun division because you got a bunch of diverse philosophies in this division, and that's what I like. You got one team that's probably going to amass more picks than we've ever seen in any draft ever in a lifetime.
He's already got 3. He came stock
Yeah.
with 2. He would have had 4, but the Browns actually got rid of Joe Hayden, so he had to get one of them back. But
Who is he starting at quarterback, though? Is it Kaiser? or
Kaiser,
is it-
man, he's gonna start Kaiser. He ain't got no choice. You gonna start Brock Osweiler or Cody Kessler? Them
No,
dudes.
probably not.
Yeah. If Kaiser gets hurt, he wouldn't start them dudes.
I don't know if you look, but they got a sleeper running game with Isaiah Cromwell, I think. Crowell
Yeah.
is the name. And that guy, Duke Johnson. Those guys, I saw Smiles use those guys
Yeah.
effectively last year.
Crowell's a beast. Like, I mean, you
Yeah.
see his 89 speed. He's got 93 acceleration. He's got like 85 truck. I think his juke is high, 92 juke. So Crowell's nice, and he's got all
Kenny
those
Britt,
picks.
I think of you every time with Kenny. Remember Kenny Britt back in the day?
Man, I used to love Kenny Britt back in the day.
Yeah.
If only he
Monk
was
favorite.
if only he was half the man that he used to be on Madden.
Yeah, he's good. So let's put it this way. David Njoku, the new tight end, there are some, I think some people bypassed the Browns in the draft, and this was a team that maybe should have gone higher.
Yeah, I mean, Muhammad's a good salesman, man. Like I had looked at him,
Yeah.
and I thought about it, but I don't even remember why I didn't, but they got a lot of young talent. I mean, that's the perfect team for him because he likes
Yep.
young players and he's gonna have a lot of picks. They're gonna be a dangerous team season 3, season 4, something like
Yeah.
that.
Miles Garrett and yeah, it's a problem. This is going to be a problem. So next, the suit I call them the super stealers because every time I bring them in practice mode, there's some dude coming by with a hit stick, and they got like 4 guys with automatic hit sticks on that team. It's crazy. I don't know if you took them into practice mode, but they got Mitchell. That guy will give you a 90 plus hit power. They got
Yeah.
Ryan Shazier. This guy's bringing the wood. I mean, James Harrison's still a factor. So there's
Yeah, Steelers team is nice, man. Polo's gonna have fun with them. He's got his quarterback off bat. He's got his receivers off the gate.
and he's making moves probably as we speak.
Yeah, y'all always making moves, and this
Yeah.
roster will be completely different the beginning of next season.
Yeah, we know he likes to trades, but that's a good question, Monk. Will is is the team as it stands now in a great place? And should he be doing anything with this team? I mean, don't they have pretty much everything you could ask for?
You know, I feel so
Maybe.
bad for Le'Veon Bell. I mean, he makes a crap ton of money,
Yeah,
but I feel so bad for him because everybody who ever gets, I mean, Squirrel is the main culprit, but the dude gets traded every
yeah,
year, and he is like one of the best backs in the game
yeah.
every year.
And
Um,
he's a 97.
I mean, I can understand why Polo would trade Bell because Polo is not gonna run. I mean, he may run some, but it's not like you need a 99 overall running back. He just
Yeah,
needs somebody fast who can catch. So you trade him and get whatever. But those receivers, man, I would not trade Antonio Brown or
yeah,
Martavius Bryant. I think he
yeah,
got Greg
yeah,
Olson. He got a tight end already. Defense,
yeah,
they just need some tweaks, man. They just need some tweaks.
yeah. I agree. I agree. Greg Olson's gonna. They're rumored to be looking for another tight end as well, Pittsburgh. So they're ramping up on offense. Listen, another tough team. Let's bring it over to my Cincinnati Bengals. This is I'm in uncharted waters, Monk. I'm not really familiar with this group. Kind of like
Hey man,
settled with.
be thankful that they finally gave Andy Dalton an arm.
Yeah, that was my concern. He's usually like a 88, right? And I said, look at this. They gave him a 92 throw power, so that made it doable.
I was surprised you
Um,
got rid of Mixon this early. I thought he would have
yeah,
been your young
yeah,
dude you built up.
yeah. It's funny in real life when they took him in real life. I'm saying, they don't need another back, and I feel the same way. We got Jeremy Hill and
Those dudes are young.
Giamatti, and
I didn't realize
yeah,
they
so
were
I
24
figured.
and 25.
Yeah, and I can't get three. I mean, I know there's going to be some injuries, but I can't get all these guys on the
Bernard is
field
a
at the same time.
monster.
Yeah, he's not bad. He's not
I did
bad.
not
And
realize
we
he
got
was that. Okay, never mind. Question
yeah, he
answered.
got 95 agility, and we got this young kid named Brandon Wilson who we hope makes the team at a 92 speed.
I
I
got a
want to bring him.
question. I got a question.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The question everybody wants to know.
Yes, sir.
You are not known to be somebody to put that thing in the air a whole lot. Everybody wants to know. The
Yeah,
inquiring minds want to know. Is John Ross going to
yeah,
die in Cincinnati?
yeah. That's a good question. We've had a lot of guys that we could have utilized better, but when he got 98 speed, you gotta at least know where he is on the field, and we're trying to find some packages where he can get him the ball in space. So look for John. We got to get his injury number up. It's a little lower because he's not been taking hits too well in practice, but we're gonna get John the ball.
All
We
right.
just got to fix up the defense, and then there's a new guy in our division named Mojo, I think.
Yes, yes.
I don't know anything about him. I know he came over with reference from King, I believe, right?
Yeah, King told me that I don't know if he was serious about being King's dad. Wait a minute. Turn your I can hear my feedback from your
On my mic.
whatever. Yeah.
All right.
But You still doing it? Hello? Testing, testing. I can still hear it.
You can?
Yeah.
What happened? What happened here?
There.
Is that better?
Yeah. But yeah, so he's I mean, I'm not sure if he said I think he said he was King's dad.
Like father?
I don't know if he was joking or if he was serious. But
Really? This will be
King
the
told me
first
he was not very
father-son
good, but
conversation.
that he was a hard player. I mean, he played so and he's loyal. So
Really? That's good. All right.
I mean, sometimes you gotta have players who like to play,
Yeah,
regardless of their
I
skill
agree.
level. So we'll see, man. We'll see.
I agree. I agree. All right. All right. In interest of time, let's move it over to the NFC North, where I believe that is your division. And some are calling this truly the black and blue division and perhaps the best division that we've ever had in SML history with uh, the elite of elites in all one division. What would you say to that classification?
I'm trying to think back in history to a division that had four people in it with rings.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of that, and I can't. I mean, I'm not a historian as great as you are, but I'm thinking, wow, we got Lons, BK, we got Renegade, and yours truly, the Monk Master. Um, was there any reservation to getting out of that division, or do you just say, you know what, this is the kind of division I want to
No,
be in?
no, 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 no. You can't leave this, man.
Yeah.
It's
So
like
this is what
it's
you
a personal
want.
affront, man. It's a personal
Yeah.
affront that all these
Uh,
dudes was like, oh, Monk's in that division, we going over there. Cause
yeah.
I picked first, and
Oh,
then
so you were the first one there. Uh-huh.
nah, I picked, man. I picked, and then BK had already told me he was like, I'm following you, and I was like, all right, whatever. And I knew with the Packers there he was gonna come because last Madden he didn't have a quarterback,
That's right.
so I was
That's
like,
right.
if
Yeah.
anything, he's gonna have a quarterback. And
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
Renegade, right after he picked Renegade, I want to be in a good division, so here he comes. And
And
then
let's not forget the Lions.
I didn't expect Lions to come to the Lions. That's just not a that's not
Yeah.
a team that I would have expected him to pick. It's gonna be fun though, man. It's gonna be hard. Like it's a
Yeah.
situation where so all four of us can't make the playoffs, so somebody's not
Yeah.
gonna make it. I don't know who
Yeah.
that's gonna be, but that's the way it works.
Yeah.
But no, I mean back to the division talk. Like I can't think of one with four people who had rings in it. One of the best divisions I remember playing, the best divisions I remember playing in, or I remember seeing, like me,
Mhm.
Robbo, Bahama, and Killen were in the original NFC East when we first started the game. And that was pretty tough because that
Mhm.
was all of us were over 500. Robbo was winning every championship, and the other all
Yeah.
of us were making. I mean, we're pretty much making the playoffs. And then me,
Yeah.
BK, Bahama, and Sober were in the NFC East. That was a
Oh,
pretty tough
yeah.
division. Um,
Yeah.
but I mean, I just can't remember a
This is
division where everybody in the division had chips.
yeah. Yeah, this is the lumped up division because if you don't come correct, you're gonna get lumped up in that division. And Lons is another mutt master. I think he's been beating up Mun. We scrimmaged him and he put up about 48 on us and said, "Good game."
Listen,
I was like, "That was no good game,
and
man." He
the
put
way
up
this thing is
48 easy.
divided up, yeah, the way this thing is divided up is like, I mean, I think you can argue that all four of the teams in that division are gonna be tough, but then you have some other divisions that probably aren't as balanced, like the NFC East,
Yes.
or I'm trying to remember is the West. The West is the Rams, the Seahawks, the Cardinals. The West is not as tough top to bottom as our division. So it's gonna be some teams that
Yeah.
have the easy road every year to get in just by winning their division, and then it's gonna be
Yeah.
some teams in our division that are just like, man, I'm mad this dude's in the
Yeah.
playoffs, and I'm not.
Yeah. Yeah. You could get three probably, but not four. I don't see you getting four.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
it's going to be tough. I want to talk about a couple of players on each team real quick. You got a guy by the name of Daniel Hunter that I'm looking for big things from him. I was watching him in real life, and this guy looks serious. Are you aware of how talented
I have never
Daniel
seen him
Hunter
play in
is?
real life. I can't
Yeah,
even front that I do, but I can tell you that he's a monster on this game.
yeah. We,
He's
we,
a,
we
I mean,
can
I'm
see why.
getting, yeah. It's funny because when I first start in on the Play Now roster, she doesn't start for some reason. I don't know what the hell's going on.
Hmm.
But when I finally subbed him in, like he gets 2 sacks a game just on his own, and this
Yeah,
dude is 22 with
yeah,
quick trade. So
yeah. This is
he's gonna
unfair.
be he's gonna be nasty.
Yeah, that's unfair. So the Lions. Let me go around real quick. The Lions. You wouldn't think that they have a lot of talent because I don't know if anybody can name four Lions off the top of their head, but
I tell you what,
Ezekiel
that if
Ansah.
they get that
Yeah,
contract on this game,
yeah, yeah,
woo, that dude,
yeah,
Matthew Stafford just got paid
yeah. Like
92 million
25
guaranteed.
million. Yeah, yeah. It's gonna eat up his cap. But listen, they got this receiver, Golden Tate. This guy Kenny Golladay is a good receiver. The tight end is solid, and Eric Ebron. I think you guys do not sleep on those Lions. They got some talent in places that you may not notice.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting, man, because Lawrence is not like Lawrence is a solid passer. I'm not trying to disrespect his pass game, but he last year we all know what powered that team. It was Gurley, and he ain't got that.
Yeah, yeah. So
But I
you
mean,
think
it's
you got to
something.
throw a little bit more now,
He's
huh?
gonna have to first season, but I mean he'll and the Lions offensive line cannot be good. It cannot
Mm-hmm.
be good. Let me see. They got an 86 overall, 23-year-old left tackle. Okay, he might be better. I'm sure it's better than mine because my offensive line is terrible. His line is actually
Yes,
pretty
it
good.
is.
He's got 480s. That is really
Yeah.
good. I don't have 480s. I have one, and he's 35. He's 83. So yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, Lines might be a problem. He been quiet. He been quiet, but I
Yeah.
have seen the Mutt records, and I know that evil lurks.
Hmm. Yeah. Evil is coming. And the Packers have made some. We're going to talk about their trades in a minute, but they got perhaps this arguably the second best quarterback in the game in A-Rod, throwing it over to Jordy. I mean, you know,
I mean, that team.
they.
I saw that team, and I was not that impressed with them. But like, he's
Mhm.
got a couple trades pending that are gonna make them
Yeah.
already a problem. I mean, that dude. They got that fast dude from the Panthers.
Yeah. We're going to
They
talk
got
about these
Navarro
trades.
Bowman, but we're gonna talk about some trades a little bit. A
Yeah.
little bit.
And we can't discount Renegade. He won the championship in Madden 17, beating the Panthers. Now he's over there with the Chicago Bears
I'm
and
familiar
a
with the
young
Bears.
quarterback. Yeah, talk a little bit about that. I mean, do they have enough now, or is it going to
Oh, they
take
got
them? You know, I mean, they got enough to win now, or you think so?
they got enough now. I mean, they're really gonna be a problem um, down the road. But they got enough now, man. A lot of these players who are low rated have really good essential stats. Like, I mean, Trubisky, he has normal trait, but Renegade will build him up. He's a good passer. Jordan Howard, I'm pretty sure he has quick trait. He's 22, 88 overall and 90 speed, 88 truck, 82 juke. He's young. You know he's gonna be a monster. Their receivers are good. Um, They got some size. They still got Kevin White, who's been an underachiever, but for some reason he's got solid cast numbers.
Yeah, he
Um,
sure has
I
been
mean,
an
all their
underachiever.
receivers are like 80-80. I don't remember what they have. They don't really have much at tight. Well, Miller's pretty good at tight end. Their defense is young and tough though. They've got
Yeah,
what is that defensive tackle's name? They had Goldman. He's young. He's a
yeah.
beast. Um,
Eddie Goldman, yeah,
they got some
out of
nice
Florida State.
linebackers. Leonard Floyd's 24.
Yeah,
Um,
Fernell
Freeman and
got some talent.
Trevathan. I don't even know how to say his damn name. I mean, they got some players, and then on defense they got good corners. Fuller's
Yeah,
tough. Callahan, Bryce Callahan, he's fast and short, but and
yeah,
then they got fast safeties. Amos is fast. He's one of the fastest safeties in the game with 93 speed. So I mean,
yeah,
he's got talent at every position, and we all know.
yeah.
I know y'all don't want to hear this name again. TJ Green, that boy, that renegade can build a player, boy. So
TJ Green is on
it's gonna be
steroids.
rough. It's gonna be rough,
Yeah,
man.
yeah. That division did deserve some extra time, and rightfully so. A lot of talented coaches. So we're looking forward to that season. Season one. Let's go swing it back over to AFC to the AFC South with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Bill and Roland Wright as the Titans.
Who
We
has the
got
Colts?
Texas State. The Colts? That's a great question. Isn't that Lucky?
Does he have the Colts?
Luckily? I think he's right. Isn't it Luckily?
I don't remember, man. That's sad.
Is he in the league?
He is in the league, but I don't remember who has the
Yeah,
Colts. And
yeah. I
maybe it's
think it's
him.
Luckily. Yeah,
Okay.
it's Luckily.
So you got
I've not heard from him, by the way.
he actually texted me a couple days ago and said he got his PlayStation. So,
Okay.
but
Deal.
he was quiet even back in the day. For those who don't know, luckily he is an old school vet. He's been in the league probably. He was in the SML since the beginning. And then when we switched to PlayStation, he was one of the guys who dropped out. But he just basically is trying to get back in it. So he's one of those guys who's solid. He'll stay in. He'll play his games. He's not gonna dominate anybody, but it's good to have him back.
Well, Dog Nick as the Jacksonville Jaguars, and I don't know if anybody's talking about him,
That was my number
but
one choice, man.
here's I bypassed him myself. I'm wondering if I should have done that, but the quarterback worried me.
Yeah, Bortles is gonna be an issue.
Yeah,
He's already
he worried.
25 and he needs help.
Yeah, and I think he might be slow now. They might give him a slow trait.
Yeah, yep, he does.
Is this? Let's just call it. Is this Texas Snakes division, and
Yeah.
that's that? And we
Yeah,
can
he's
just
Snake is one. Snake has been putting in that much time,
Yeah,
and the Texans are a beast team on this game, dude.
yeah.
So I don't see how. I mean, Dog Nick's solid. Now the Jags are young and they're gonna be real good when he builds them up. I mean, Dog Nick is gonna fight him. Like I don't think it's gonna be a walkover. But the Texans team is
Solid.
good. Like their receivers are stupid.
Yeah. 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 Hopkins is just everything's thrown to him is caught, and 95 speed Fuller. I mean, I think this team is stronger in Madden 18. And let me know what you think about this. This team's stronger in Madden 18 than they were in Madden 17.
Yeah, and
Just
they got a
fucking
quarterback
right.
now that he can build from the gate. I mean, his throw power ain't great, but Watson's one of the fastest QBs on the game. We all know what they're gonna do on the D line. We all know They got Clowney. Clowney's finally up to crazy status, 90 overall.
Uh,
That team's
JJ
good,
Watt.
man. They're gonna be a problem, and like I said, Swagger's putting in a lot of time on Mutt right now. But the thing is that
Uh-oh.
he will on September 6th. This game called Destiny comes out, and
We're gonna lose him for a little
Swagger will be playing a whole lot of Destiny. So we will see some
gonna
fall off very early from him.
Speaking of fall off, we haven't heard much from Billy Harvey, and I know he's been named after a hurricane affecting the southern part of the United States, but is it because of his disappointing Madden 17 year that you think Harvey's sort of fallen out of the limelight? He's not even visible anymore. I mean, what
I
happened to
forgot.
Harvey?
You know what? I completely forgot about Harvey. Let me stop. Let me say this.
Yeah.
Let me say this about Billy Harvey. And this will be the only Harvey, I hope you're listening because this will be the only positive shit I have to say about you all fucking season. Harvey could actually make a little noise, man. Because let's look, man. He didn't win playoff game. He didn't win playoff games, but let's talk about the fact that Billy Harvey did make the playoffs multiple times.
You know what? That's a true statement. That is a true statement.
Let's talk about that.
Well, all right, Mark.
Rolling Right Rolling Right is back on this game. Yeah, there is no more delay when you're taking off, and he's got the fastest quarterback on the game, man. So Harvey might Harvey might make a little noise.
Yeah,
He could wild card.
Right. Yeah.
he could wild card from that division if he can't beat Swagger, he could wild card from that division.
You know what? I'm going to hold off judgment. I need to see some excitement from him.
I haven't
I
seen
don't
him
even
playing.
think. Yeah, I don't even see him playing, and so that to me is bothersome. That this, everybody was jumping on the game early, buying it before it was even, they made copies, and Harvey's just sort of, ha ha ha. We heard from him about 3 days ago, and that was it.
Hey
So I'm
man,
not sure he's
the,
excited about Madden 18.
the Harvey offense is timeless.
Yes, we know.
He's been running that shit with no adjustments for 4 Maddens.
So I guess he doesn't need any practice. All right, that makes sense. All right, let's close out these last two divisions. So the NFC West. Oh wait a minute, I didn't get to the NFC South. I'm sorry. With the Saints, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the Carolina Panthers, and the B Miles Falcons, which I know kind of feels funny to you since those were your boys last year.
Yeah, they're ridiculous on this.
B Miles running around with the Falcons now.
Isn't that crazy? That team is stupid on this game. But we got Corey back, and Corey is for those who don't know Corey is one of the best SML players in history.
Yeah.
So to have him back, even though the Saints are bad, so I don't know. So Corey has 2 problems. Number 1, the Saints are bad. Number 2, he's gonna be playing in an Xbox league at the same time, and that switch over is a bitch. I'm telling you firsthand. Playing on Xbox and playing on PlayStation at the same time is a fucking bitch. Because that X button is a motherfucker. That is some shit you do not. That is some shit it is very, very, very difficult to go back and forth. But I mean, maybe I'm just old. I don't know, but that's the problem. And the Saints are bad, and Atlanta is awesome. So, but with that said, that is something that I expect him to overcome eventually, and that is going to be an interesting race. And then you got P the Truth with the Bucks. The Bucks are a freaking awesome team on offense, especially. And who's the other South team? The Panthers.
The Panthers. Yeah,
we'll talk about the Panthers later.
All right, let's run through these last two real quick. I know we spent a lot of time on this. The AFC West with the Kansas City Chiefs, mind in mind, the Raiders and K Pizzle, Ratchet and the Los Angeles Superchargers, and the who did I leave out? The Denver Broncos. I said mind in mind already. Yeah. So the Chiefs, I'm sorry, with Jay Miles is who I forgot.
Yeah.
This is an interesting division because, Ratchet, he's loyal to his Chargers, and he went exactly where he wanted to go. And I don't know if you've noticed, but the Chargers have a lot on offense. They have even more than they had last year.
Yeah, the Chargers receivers are nasty. Yeah, Gordon is nasty. Ratchet is going to be a problem from the jump.
Yeah.
I mean, he was a problem for the jump last year. Shit. But he's So they are Gates is a 92
Is it his division?
Overall. Yeah. I mean,
is it his division
I take that
Jay
back.
Miles is wild card or what?
No, I think him and Jay Miles are going to battle, man. Jay Miles, I know firsthand. Jay Miles plays football, man.
And he was in 2 Super Bowls last season.
Yeah, and Jay Miles played. I'm pretty sure he beat Ratchet a couple times last year. I know they didn't play. He didn't beat him in the Super Bowl, but I mean, it's not like he was just laying down to him either. So that's going to be a battle between those two. But
Are we
Broncos.
K Pizzle? Yeah, are we discounting K Pizzle as the Raiders?
I don't know if he can play on the level with those dudes, man. I hope so.
Yeah, I agree. I don't expect much. Now, mind in mind is Denver now. Is he overmatched in that division? Do you think he can make any noise?
I hope so. What I will say is that the Broncos have a very good team on defense.
They do. They have the ingredients.
Mine really has to prove that he can win some games, because I think I had a bet last year that he would win like 3 or 4 games, and that shit came down to the wire.
Yeah. And that's not a good look when you're not over 5.
No, it's not. But
and last, the NFC West, the Tide and the Seattle Seahawks. We got DC back as the Rams. We
My
got
man,
10 men as
DC.
the Arizona Cardinals. And we got our man Jets 987654321 as the San Francisco 49ers.
My man DC is back, yo. And he is back with a
Yeah.
vengeance. Out there getting offensive linemen with
You
his
know what?
first rounders and stuff, yo.
You know what? And he got the right team. I
Yeah.
think that was a perfect marriage, if you ask
Yeah, and
me.
then Sammy Watkins fell in his lap. Not that he's gonna throw to him at all, but listen, I tell you what, there's a lot of things I'm looking forward to in the chat this year.
Yeah.
Uh, I mean, I'm not really looking forward to the Polo Billy Harvey stuff, but that's gonna come.
Yeah.
Uh, the inevitable blowups I'm not looking forward to, but what I am looking forward to is when Tin
Mhm.
Man and DC get into an X and O conversation in the damn chat, because that shit is gonna be the funniest. Because them dudes remind me of each other so fucking much. That shit is gonna be hilarious, and they play each other twice a year. This is gonna be awesome.
Yeah. Tin Man is a creative master, and the things that he comes up with are unmatched.
I mean, DC's already in the coach speak right now, so it's gonna be hilarious with them two dudes.
Yeah. Whose division is this? Is it
Tin
the
Man.
10 Man?
Yeah, you can't. I mean, Pedro is proof that you can't take all that time off and come back and be the same. So I mean, when DC was playing, he was, he was right around that 10-6, right on the outskirts of the playoffs or right around the playoffs. But what am I trying to say? DC will be. I mean, the way he plays, he's gonna keep the games ugly. But I think Tin Man's gonna win that division pretty much every year.
All right, let's go into coach speak real quick. I mean, mind in mind, he spoke about benching Paxton Lynch, and he's going to end up going with Trevor Siemian. Is this a smart move? Lacking throw power, he's just going with him, and he's not going to build up Paxton. I know in real life that's kind of where they're headed.
No, he has Tyrod Taylor.
Oh, he does. Okay.
That means nothing.
So who's starting in? Is this? I think
Tyrod
it's Trevor,
Taylor.
though.
Well,
Tyrod
I mean,
Taylor's gonna start.
yeah, he has something. He posted something in Coach Speak about his team being set with Tyrod Taylor. I believe.
You're right. It says after giving Trevor Siemian ample opportunity, it says it came to live play. He doesn't have what it takes to be the real starter. You're so right. So you're right. I think he's going in a different direction. But does it matter?
No.
No.
Wait
a minute. Demaryius Thomas, Emmanuel Sanders. Does it matter?
No, man. Those guys are old. Now, given they don't drop their speed, like they used to. But no, man. Miami's gonna have to beat some people, man. And then I'm gonna talk about Miami. But until he beats some people, I can't talk about him.
All right. So next we had the 10 man. He says he's got a lot here. He says only 2 positions is safe. Now he had the team that Gabe had. Will we expect anything different there with the Honey Badger and Patrick Buchanan? I mean, he's got Patterson. I mean, is he going to trade these guys away much in the way we saw Gabe? But does he keep them intact? You think he stays with these guys? Buchanan at 89 or 90 middle linebacker.
I expect him to keep obviously John Brown and J.J. Nelson because he likes those fast dudes, and he's gonna keep David. You have to keep David Johnson on this game. If you trade David Johnson, I got issues, man. And then he said one of the main reasons he took them was because of Pat Pete. So I expect him not to trade him, but he's had Honey Badger on the market, so he may go. That dude, Tin Man likes those unicorn players, man. Those like that dude Buchanan, the linebacker with like 89 speed. He's not trading that dude. He's not gonna trade those fast dudes. He's not gonna trade David Johnson. Yeah, he loves the speed. So those dudes are safe, but everybody else, it's gonna be interesting to see what he does at quarterback though, because that's a team that has a quarterback crisis right around the corner.
Yeah, red blinking lights. Address me.
Yeah, you got to address that.
He's got some bum beasts, he says, looking to steal a spot here. So you're right. Definitely likes the speed. Says the Honey Badger seems to be upset that he's not the coach's favorite. So I don't know what that means.
I don't know how you trade. I don't know how. you trade. I mean, he's not
Yeah.
what he was on the last game, but he's still 25, 90 speed. I bet you his man in zone or, oh, well, they actually docked this dude a little bit. Didn't he have like 99 man last year or something? He still got 81 catch and 80
Yeah.
zone. Man, I don't
Mm-hmm.
know. I just like Honey Badger. That's just me. But,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, anyway.
All right, let's go kind of go through these. King, we got DC talking about he needs some offensive line. You did mention that. King is just talking about he expects 4 to 5 seasons worth of championship ring orders.
Hey man, I can't
Yeah,
say nothing bad about that dude
yeah,
because
yeah,
not only is he good, but we all know he
yeah.
has a chip on his shoulder.
Yes, he does. We do realize that.
So
And he's been a model citizen since he's been back, and
we'll see how long that lasts. Once he starts beating some asses around, I'm sure he's gonna have some shit to say.
he puts
But I
up a
mean,
60 spotters.
long as it's Madden, man, it's all good. It's all good.
Yeah, yeah, we're glad to have him. Glad to have King back on all seriousness. What else here? The rest of these are kind of one-liners. Smiles, we talked about him and Nate Peterman. So I think we're good there. I don't see anybody else with any. Mind in Mind did put a. Yeah, you're right. Tyrod Taylor is now the new guy, and he did add Joe Mixon from Cincinnati. So listen,
Yeah.
he's got to show me something. You got to show me something.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about some trades.
You know what? That is our next topic on the agenda. We're
All right.
gonna kind of jump around at the hot. What trade was the most alarming to you that you're like, what the f is he thinking? That's what we're gonna call it. What the was he thinking? Let's go there. What the f was he thinking?
My first instinct would be the Panthers trade to the Packers.
The Panthers trade to the Packers. So let's review that one.
But looking back at it, I mean, well, the reason it's tough, man. I don't know. Like that was because I just still have this feeling that if you have guys like this, there's not many dudes on the game that have 95 speed. We've been through this before.
Yeah, we've seen this movie before. There are 15 players with 95 speed or better in the game now.
There's
Curtis
just
Samuel was one of them.
Yeah.
And he's a young rookie, Ohio State, 5'11". And he was just listed in an article by Gamers Online as a top sleeper wide receiver. And on that same day, he was moved to Green Bay.
We've been through this, man. I just feel like that these are players that you don't know if they're gonna make more of. And I don't know why players he was already in my division, but I just feel like players like this just always seem to find their way to my division.
Yeah.
I don't have anybody who can guard somebody with 95 speed on my team. I guess Trey Wayne's got 94 speed, but I just for 10 man's first, and we're talking about a dude who makes the play. I can't remember a season he's been in SML. He hadn't made the playoffs.
I don't recall that,
So
but in fairness, Monk, and we sent a reporter out to It's Juice Bitch to get a response to his trade, and his exact quote was, "I'd like to take this chance to apologize to absolutely fucking nobody." He says, "I got raped last year on trades. Now I'm doing the raping." So he feels that he's raping the other guy.
In all fairness,
and he said, yeah,
that trade is this is a good time to bring up points and stuff. That trade is probably not even, but it's not even for the reason you wouldn't think it's even. Because Samuel's a 78 and all firsts are valued at an 85. So that trade is off, meaning that the Panthers should probably give more. And there is no bonus. Back in the day, we used to do this thing where it was if you have a dude who's super fast, he gets more points. But people were like, nah. So I don't know. But with that said, man, I just feel like if you have a dude like this, you shouldn't trade him. But that's just me. You run your team like you want to. Juice plays all his games. Juice ain't going nowhere. At least he's keeping McCaffrey. So, But what I do find odd is that you would trade this guy for a first and then go out on the market and shop your first 4 wide receiver, like Deshaun Jackson.
And I guess he wants speed, but a older, speedier guy. I mean, is that the thinking? I don't know.
I don't know. I don't want to talk about that anymore.
But one last thing. One last thing. And when we sent the reporter out, there was we got information back from the Juice Bitch that he said last year he got raped by B Miles, and it was a true story that he was in a car dealership with B Miles.
Yes.
And that's exactly how that trade for Brandon Cooks happened, and he got lured in, and that's how that trade happened. So he felt he got raped last year, and now he thinks he's coming back on a vengeance.
I hope the Juice is in the thick of things this year. I'll leave it at that.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Some other notable trades. The Broncos have made some trades and moving, getting Robert and Dichi and a couple of picks. I mean, anything noteworthy there? Traded away.
I don't want to comment too much on the Broncos trades because I mean not the Broncos. Yeah. Wait a minute. Are we talking about the Broncos? You said the Broncos, right?
Yes.
Oh no, I can talk about the Broncos. Sorry. Okay. But I don't really care.
Okay. All right. Let's another.
Mine and me got to beat some people, man.
Another notable deal was the trade that I wanted to talk about here. I don't think any others were too crazy. Joe Hayden got traded, and then now he got traded dropped in real life.
I don't know what Joe Hayden did to people, man. But
yeah,
people don't want Joe Hayden.
Okay, all right. I think that's pretty much it. Navarro Bowman, we're going to kind of table that one. Is that another deal?
Yeah, I don't. That's what I was actually. When you said Broncos, I was thinking BK had the Broncos, which he does not anymore. I don't want to talk about the Broncos trades because I can't rule on them because he's in my division, and I don't want to.
Understood. Yeah, understood.
Have any type of influence over whoever is going to rule on that trade.
All right, let's close out the show with Stir the Pot. We only got a couple of those sent in. Let me read a few of these. I don't know if anybody sent any to you, Monk, but we got one or two that were sent in. Let's see. Let me make sure I can pull this up. Close. Oh, it says, and this was in regards to the Denver Broncos trade. It says the main guy is losing his mind. A little play on mind in mind. They call him losing his mind. He said that's guaranteed platinum. He shipped platinum like he had the Jay-Z Galaxy phone deal. Oh man,
I just
picking on
like we don't know anything about. I'll tell you what we do know about draft classes on this Madden. We know that players are better in the draft this year than they were before, like because we heard that from EA. Like they told us that specifically, that certain positions were going to have, I believe it was receivers and cornerbacks, were going to have better rookies than last year.
That's true, yeah.
I kind of, this is just me, man. I like to say what I kind of feel like, but what I kind of feel like doesn't matter a lot of times. But I kind of feel like
you only got 6 rings, right? What do you know?
I kind of feel like you might want to wait and see what these rookies look like before you start tossing around first round picks.
Yeah,
that's just me.
This is true. What do you know? 6 rings, right?
Here's
the next one stirring the pot. It says, last year, I was trying to learn the game, and it was my first time playing in a league like this. It said he went on to say, I improved a little, but not as much as I would have liked.
Okay.
He then says, this season, I tried to get a new start in a new division. However, someone had to come with me. I know what he's thinking. He got 2 wins from the start. However, he should know that I'm bringing the motherfucking boom. I also know the rest of my division will probably be whispering to him like they got free wins. But check it. I'm bringing the motherfucking boom to them as well. I mean, these are some strong words.
That is. I'm trying to figure out who that might be, but
Well, who followed who to what division, right? I mean, that's kind of what he was saying, right?
yeah, I'm not. I don't know, man. I'm glad to see that people are
Yeah,
ready to play.
they are. They're excited. We could get a couple more folks into the chat. It would be great. Um, but I think that's it, Monk. We went about 15 minutes over on our kickoff show, but we're back.
We are, man. I'm excited. I'm ready to play some football. I'm not. I take that back. I'm not ready. Like right now, if we start playing games right now, I would be getting my ass beat.
Yeah.
But I'm ready, as in this is going to be exciting, and I will be ready by the time we start playing games.
You and me both. Well, thanks for
Yeah.
hosting the show with me, and until next time.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We'll see you.
All right,
We'll
man.
see you next time. Hold down.